Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Here, basically, we are discussing about the topic that is earthquakes. And in earthquake, basically, we are talking about one topic that is currencies dependency. And in currencies dependency, we are talking about one topic, potato and tomato, which is created as a planet. In this, basically, we are talking about the total ideas basically created from the earth planet. Assume that basically there are 900 crore people basically, right? So from 900 crore people basically, currently basically it's not, currently it's 900, but previously it was not 900 basically. Previously it was 600, 400, previously basically it was like that. So 300 crore basically got raised. So like this basically population raise basically. Now here basically we are talking about the one topic that is idea basically. Who got the idea right, like each and everything basically. Now here basically a few ideas basically like computer got created. Few people says that we got created computer from the air basically. Like this basically few people says that we got idea of computer creation from Germany. Few people says that basically it got from Karnataka. Few people says that it got from Bangalore. Few people says that it got basically from Vadodara city. Few people says that basically this idea of irrigation got from Surat city. Few people it says that basically the idea got from the Ahmedabad city. Few people says that the idea got from the USA. Like this basically lots of people says lots of things basically. So whatever basically in front of the world basically it is Germany basically. So from German basically the first computer basically got created. Lots of people says like this also. So like this is the first idea basically which was recognized, and assume that there are around 5 lakh types of power supply which are basically getting supply. 5 lakh types of means when you are passing power supply in that computer basically which type of software basically. For example, Microsoft is one type, SAP is one type, PHP is one type, then each and every companies basically are one type. Like this basically 5 lakh types of power supply basically are passing, and few power supply basically few people says that basically few software company basically passes the power supply from plane. Their control basically of power supply is not with the nuclear power company, or not with the energy company, or not with the any of the power company. They basically activates the power supply from plane basically. They have their set of plane basically. Whenever they passes to the country basically they activates that power supply, and then basically they keeps on activating basically. Like this basically companies basically are there. So you can just imagine the power supply basically getting passed from the plane basically. So like this basically things are also basically there. So there are basically around 5 lakh types of power supply basically, right? So Microsoft, SAP, these all are basically types, and inside that basically SAP is there. SAP basically a development project, there this project, that special project basically. That all basically comes into the subtype basically. Like these 5 lakh types are basically there. So these all are basically also one of the ideas basically you can say. Now one of the person told that basically software company basically creates the human needs basically, right? Then he told that basically yes, they creates the human needs. So human needs creation basically that is also one of the ideas basically, which basically got from the set of groups basically. That basically activation also happens from the planes basically. For example, one plane is going just now basically, right? So they basically activates the human needs basically. Human needs blood cells basically. For example, potato blood cells basically is created and in some country, in some city basically it gets activated from the power supply, and from some country basically activates from the planes basically. So activation happens. Reason of activation is basically, they say that basically unnecessary, why to waste the basically activation, unnecessary, why to waste the human needs basically, how to, why to waste the human needs basically, sorry, how to, why to waste the energy basically. So they don't activate, they keeps inactive basically. So they say that basically why to waste the time in the nuclear power company also basically, why to waste money to the power company also, like this they waste the thing basically. And like this they say that basically we will keep the control of the power supply to plane basically. Like this basically they say that basically we are activating the potato energy in from plane basically in the environment basically. So mostly in the environment basically data are basically passed in the from the power company energy and the nuclear power company. Like this basically data are there. Like this basically things are basically there. Few country basically say that we actually started the education visa basically. Then basically the few people says that we have started the education visa. Education visa basically. Education visa means you are doing the study, you are Indian blood cells. Basically says that basically we will be going to do study in Australia. We will be doing the study to the from USA. Like this basically previously it was not like that basically. Previously only Indian people basically can do the study from India basically. So like this they introduced the visa basically of student visa, and like this the visa system started. And on the base of the activation of passport number basically started from the environment basically. From the environment means this passport number basically is activated for India basically, for India environment basically. This passport number is activated for USA basically, because he got the student visa in USA. He got the work permit from Australia, so he activated work permit from Australia basically. Like this basically the visa process started. So that required the energy level permission basically. Without energy level permission you can't do anything basically. So like this basically also one of the idea basically started. Like this basically many idea basically are there in this world basically, which was started basically. Few people say that we can find the stories which are basically useful in the disease basically. For example, the person told that when this story basically gets activated, the disease gets activated in the environment. For example, currently basically pneumonia disease basically got activated. Few people says that is due to some story basically got activated in the environment basically, and it gets spread in so fast basically you can't able to track that particular where from the story basically started. So like this Twitter says that basically we have purchased the Twitter, we have purchased the Facebook. Like this basically they are collecting the stories basically. Reason behind is the story can track from where the disease basically was started basically. So like this story basically also gets collected. So this is also basically one of the idea basically, which basically if somebody is told that basically we will create this type of social media network basically. From this basically we will get the story basically, and like this basically we can track basically from where actually the disease started, because a digital world it's there. So might possible that from digital world also basically the story, the things basically gets activated. But in digital world basically the direct basically activation doesn't happen in the environment. They are checked and then only basically it's activated basically. But few basically are directly basically, but that very rare basically, that's connected with the satellites basically. So like this basically also things basically are there. In next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the ideas basically which is created by the 900 crore population which are basically staying in the earth planet. near Mars planet.